I'm Bree Leela from Metal Junkie Zine.
Hey, Bree.
Hello.
I came all the way up here to Montreal
Thank you.
to get a chance to interview
Where
you guys.
are we now?
Here in Quebec City.
All right.
See, I'm just like an artist. I say the wrong
Cool.
place on.
Here we
so,
are, Quebec.
so welcome back to North America. I mean, this is your first headlining tour that you've done in 4 years. So,
And
how
luckily
is?
it's already over.
Well, how has the return been? To an extent, is it? has it
It's
been
been
It
okay?
was kind of good, but it's even better to go home like the day after. A couple of days. Yeah. We are totally worn out and fed up about this.
We are not
entire
all
shit.
well fed up. It's been good. It's been really good.
That's good. Well, we've been happy to have you back.
Yes.
It's been a long time, so
Yes.
we're excited because you have a new album.
Yes.
Congratulations on your 8th album being released.
Thank you.
What's been the reception for the new songs live?
Amazing. I think for some reason, or I think I have a theory why the new songs work maybe even best live. That the songs for the album were rehearsed we rehearsed them a lot, and it was like a band rehearsing in one room. So the songs started to sound like the songs already on rehearsal place, and ever since we rehearsed them and recorded them, it's been kind of started to weld together, and that's why the audience reactions, it's the whole energy throughout the song, it's delivering to the audience, and they're going great.
Right, because this album, you kind of went for a new formula with recording, with bringing in Frankie Perez. How did that change the album recording process itself?
I think it changed it basically totally, because whereas in the past we've never been able to rehearse with the singers, and now rehearsing with the singer and taking Frankie kind of to be the part of making the album, being one to arrange, being one to even take part on songwriting, so it was like two different worlds, and I think it defines the album quite a lot. There's like Frankie's very present on the album, and that's how we want it to be this time, that as we have our own voice kind of.
I mean, I can actually say, as a fan as well, that the album is a much more cohesive album. Like from beginning to finish, it's like it's all there instead of like being split apart. Kind of like you have one song here and one song there because then somebody else comes in and sings. You've got like this one album that's a complete piece, an amazing piece of work. So
Cool.
You have an outside writer that that writes the lyrics for the songs, correct?
We have a few.
You have a few? Okay. Do they come with titles, or do you have to come up with titles for these songs when they have lyrics?
I think normally, actually,
No idea.
I think the titles also come from the writer. There's a couple.
Yeah, mostly. But of course,
exceptions.
a couple of tracks turned out to be vocal tracks when we got Frankie in a rehearsal room and we were jamming and developing fires. But Come Back Down and Dead Man's Eyes were kind of partly just done. But when we realized that we are a band, Frankie's voice is fitting well in the picture. Frankie wrote the lyrics for those,
And you
though
did
Dead Man's
it-
Eyes was called Dead Man's Eyes already before the lyrics.
And yeah, and then you kind of like, for that song, I think that was the other song where you took part on like a lyrical side as well. Whereas like collaborations where Eikka was taking part, Eikka was taking care of the music, and the other part was taking care of the lyrics.
But of course Johnny Andrews, for example, who
Yeah.
made the Slow Burn and Shadowmaker tracks for this.
And House of Change.
House of Change. We got to know him already with the Under Jesus, which was basically his song. And
Yeah.
Okay.
So almost 10 years together.
10 years
Oh,
back,
wow.
and he's done something for nearly all the albums. As we are not like native speaking people, it's good to use other guys writing, because also our lyrics would be fucking disastrous.
They would be hilarious.
Hilarious is good.
My first song that I wrote when I was 14 was called Kill Satan, Kill, Kill Satan. Yeah, something like that.
But I think that there's huge excitement which word is going to come next, kill or Satan. I think
Yeah, but it was horrible blackmail, and our band was called Vaginal Death.
it's beautiful.
Beautiful. That's true death metal. Now, how do you decide titles for instrumental songs then?
Interesting process. It's always we have had colorful history with naming, and sometimes we are fooling like through Paris in a sports car.
That was taken
That's
out
kind
of
of like-
from one book. We thought that's
Yeah.
cool, huh?
Yeah. Or at the rooftop with
That was serious.
That was death serious, but like in this album we didn't have so many jokes as probably in the previous one. But to give an instrumental track a title that gives you a hint about the mood behind the track but not revealing too much, that's actually kind of interesting form of an art. And with these album titles we wanted to be kind of in serious moods, and that's the reason for the Riot Lights, Reign of Fears, Till Death Do Us Part, and this kind of very dramatic feeling, because we feel that of course it's obvious, world is shit, everybody is shit. We just want to point it out and make people to think where the fuck is their own shadow makers and stuff like this, who is lurking behind.
Awesome. So here's a kind of an off-the-wall question. If you woke up as an animal tomorrow, what animal would you be?
Mole.
I don't know. Cat. I would like to be a cat.
Cat.
You're gonna fucking eat me.
That's true. I'll play with you.
Bat you around.
But that's something that you do.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
Now what about the other guys? What animals would they be?
I would.
This gives you free reign on
Paavo is a skunk.
He's a skunk, yeah. Eka is
But
so...
Paavo is a skunk already, and the question was if he would wake up tomorrow as. I think llama.
Jama.
Llama.
Joo.
Mikä se on?
Se on jama. Jama.
Like
The thing with that
Yeah,
spit.
spits.
that fits in Peruvian mountains. Eikka would be that because his hair is always in front of his eyes, and he's a little bit like, at least on tours.
But does he spit?
No, not too much.
No, he swallows.
Are there any countries that you haven't toured yet that you still look forward to going to?
Peru, Bolivia, oh yeah, New
Speaking
Zealand.
of llamas, Peru.
New
there you go.
Zealand, India, probably Malaysia, to be relevant. Thailand we should go.
Mm. There's lots of places in
lots
the east.
of places, of course. In
Yeah.
South Korea we haven't been.
No.
Yeah, there.
And
North
then-
Korea neither. That would be even cooler.
Oh yeah.
Where?
North Korea.
Okay.
It would be cool to go there, even cooler to get to go back.
But to stay there, that would be amazing. That would be a story. They are still there.
Now, are there any bands that you would like to tour with that you haven't had a chance to tour with yet?
Not really. We've toured with all of them already. I would love to go and tour with Judas Priest, just like because that was like one of the very first bands I fell in love, and I still love it.
If Steel
Actually, that's-
Panther can tour with them,
Yeah.
they should be receptive to Apocalyptica touring with them.
I hope Steel Panther and us are not comparable in too many
No,
levels.
not at all. But I mean, if they at least can take them on, they should be willing to take someone with a lot more talent on.
They are very talented.
they're
Okay, I said that
extremely
wrong.
talented.
Okay, somebody
Besides,
more.
they are funny guys. We are not.
Yes.
What song is your favorite to play live, Miko?
I like Inquisition Symphony.
Okay, Pertti?
He stole mine.
No.
Inquisition Symphony has always been my favorite since the very first dates, so I'll have to choose something else. At the moment, actually Dead Man's Eyes is pretty religious feeling to play as a last encore and to end the entire pain to that song, because it's pretty epic and strong story as well, so actually I feel that I go somewhere totally else with it. Yeah, it's probably one of the favorites.
And then if I or anyone else was to come to Finland, what is the one thing that we cannot miss in your country that we have to see?
Go to Sweden.
Yeah, there's the ferry that takes you to Sweden. There's a lot.
Everything's better in Sweden.
Yeah, there's not the one thing. That's the one thing that there's no one thing. There's so much. The country is so big and geographically it's so different in the south and north and.
Yeah, probably the first hint would be don't stick in Helsinki, like at least all the time. Go to the lakes, the countryside. That's the best part of Finland.
Helsinki is amazing and it's a super unique city, but it gives tiniest fraction of Finland only. So.
Just like in every country.
Yeah.
Right, like going to
Right.
London
Yeah,
when you go to
exactly.
England is like
Yeah.
missing out on so much of the culture and how much more there is out there.
Yes. And of course, with 4 strong seasons, kind of there is 4 different countries in one country. So.
Now, what about food-wise? What's your favorite Finnish food?
I would say like salmon in a like fresh smoked. Just there's in our market square you can buy it fresh. They take it from the sea and smoke it there, and you can buy it there. That's like most amazing food for me.
Yeah, you're making me horny with your speech. I would say exactly the same.
And then, in closing, when is the next time that we'll have the pleasure of seeing you here in the U.S. and Canada?
It's latest on next February. Then we're going to be back. We are very busy rest of the year. We're going to do summer festival season now in summertime in Europe. Lots of gigs in Finland as well, and then end of the fall we do big European tour, like headline European tour. Then we go to UK and Russia, and then it's already Christmas. So this year will be pretty much packed. But early next year we will be here.
We'll be here too. Actually, I have one more question. How was the tour with 6 a.m.?
Okay.
I mean,
It was good.
for the crowd, I mean, the crowds were obviously probably, I mean, more of like the old school crowds. I mean, how did they receive
Basically,
Apocalyptica?
we want them every evening. Probably there were like people wondering what is this. Of course, it's always the same when you go to a new festival to a new audience. They wonder for a while because it's pretty, as you probably well know, it's pretty strange mixture having those funny instruments and even funnier sound. So, but yeah, all the time in the end of the sets, they were with us, definitely.
Yeah, and always kind of what is the challenge and the possibility in playing support slots that you play to the people who don't come to see you. And as Berta said, you need to win them over, and I felt we did.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time
Thank
and
you.
answering my questions, and have a wonderful show tonight.
Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this show as well.
Thank you.